All right, that was almost exactly 2 years ago when he made that announcement in Springfield, Illinois. It's amazing how fast he came up, and it's amazing to think that tomorrow he will be the next president of the United States. I think Jim Clyburn, the highest-ranking African-American in the United States House of Representatives, is as amazed as any of us that our country has reached this point and that Barack Obama personally reached this point.
Absolutely. I've been saying all week that this is really V-Day tomorrow. I guess maybe November 4th was V for vindication. I think that those of us who were challenged by Dr. King back when I first met him in 1960 sort of feel that we now have been vindicated by this. And all of this even validates that dream that he enunciated so well 45 years ago last August. And so I think that when we watch this ceremony tomorrow, many of us would probably be shedding tears, except that it'd probably be too cold for it to be water.
We had cameras earlier today when we replayed Dr. King's so-called I Have a Dream speech. It's called that because that was the most memorable segment of that speech.
Right.
You were there with your family. You were listening to Dr. King. And explain what the reaction was, not only from you, but from the rest of your family. And we have some pictures of what was going on.
My grandchildren, well, you see me just wipe my eye. And you know what was so interesting about it, to hear them talk about hearing the speech in its entirety for the first time. And they felt a little bit cheated by history because they'd always heard, I have a dream, I have a dream. All of them today were more taken with other parts of that speech. They just thought that there is so much there for them to learn from. They should hear it more often, and we should talk about it more often. So we made a pact today that we are going to get together periodically, all the grandchildren, cousins, nieces and nephews, and we are going to periodically help them live, for us to relive and them to experience some of that.
Barack Obama was 2 years old when Martin Luther King gave his speech, yet he stands on his shoulders. But what would the two of them be like together?
You know, I would love to be in the room with that. I remember the night I first met Dr. King. We got together for what's supposed to be a short meeting around 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. It was 4 a.m. the next morning when we all walked out of that room. I would love to be sitting in a room and listening to Dr. King and Barack Obama talk about their dreams and just him to reflect on his book, Dreams of My Father, all about the dreams. I think it would be a great and fascinating.
Similar?
They're very similar, very thoughtful. A lot of people, in fact, I used to see letters all the time about Dr. King's honorary degree. That was an earned doctorate from Boston University. And when he went back to Montgomery, he could have gone to some of the biggest pulpits in the country. He went to Montgomery, Alabama, to a rather small church. The same kind of thing. Barack Obama getting a very prestigious degree from a prestigious university, but going back to Chicago to work in the community.
And not just similar professionally, but also personally. When you look at them, both of them family men, both of them very close to their children, and both of them talk about, Dr. King talked about regretting not spending enough time with his children because he was out on the road a lot. And I talked to Bernice King this summer, sat down and talked to her for a long time, over a week or so, and she talked about how her dad was out on the road a lot. And the same thing, Barack Obama expresses the same regrets, at least over the course of this campaign, about not getting to spend a lot of time with his children.
I know you're wiping away tears out of happiness and joy because you've reached this moment. Is that right?
Absolutely. And to really share this day with children, grandchildren, nieces and nephews, this is more than I ever thought I would get out of politics or maybe even out of life. This is a great day for me.
Well, we're happy you're spending at least part of it with us here in the Situation Room. A really historic moment. Congressman, thanks very much for joining us.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
I just have one quick question. Where are you going to be sitting? Power has its privileges.
Well, I will be leading the delegation to the stage, so I will have a very choice seat. And that in and of itself will be sort of the exclamation point
And if you
on the day.
If you think the tears are coming right now, we'll just wait till tomorrow. We'll be with you, Congressman Clyburn. Thanks very much for joining us.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to take another quick break. We have lots more coming up. Barack Obama